developer, current market, etc. Overall about our program. So we offer 6 months, our education is 6 months from Monday to Saturday, 3 hours per day. From Monday to Friday, it's from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. PST. We are located in California currently, so we refer to PST time zone. You will be, from the 3rd month, you will start your internships. So when you graduate our school, you will have some background. We will help you with your reference check and background check. So when you graduate, you will have some experience on your resume. We provide career service, resume prep, like interview prep, mentorship. The last months will be fully dedicated on going to the market. Even after graduation, we don't say bye to each other. We meet every week or weekly, and then we go over your resumes, do projects together, some tasks. So we want to build a community where we, come back and then share our experiences, share our knowledge with each other. So if you are here, you'll get 10% off. It's a special discount. If you will survive today's info session, you'll get 10% off from the first month. Today's agenda, I will introduce you to our team, our trainings, employment, how much front end makes, and then we also have invited our alumni. So let me tell you about myself. My name is Aydai. You can call me like AI Day as a like humanoid Tesla robot. I'm from Kyrgyzstan. I moved here 12 years ago. I graduated from a school in San Francisco. I got my master's degree in accounting. I work as an accountant for a couple of years. And then that time, my husband, Marat, he was actually starting a school. This school, front-end development school. And this is our first class, and I was one of the first graduates who graduated this school. I got the job even before graduation. I started in a startup company. I worked there for a year, and then I moved to a big company through Microsoft Leap apprenticeship program. I've been working at Microsoft for 6 years. In these 6 years, I've been promoted 3 times. The knowledge that I got from here not only helped me to land a job, but also, improve in my career, get the promotions, right? I'm a mom of 2. That's why I love being a software developer, because I can schedule my work. I can work in the morning, evenings, on weekends, whenever I have time. I have 3-year-old son and then 6-month-old baby, infant. So they keep me very busy. I work fully remote. I used to go to the office. We used to live in Seattle, and now we moved to California, working remote, having 2 kids, busy life. And everything is, I think, changing my career to software development is one of the best decisions that I've ever made, because it helped me to grow. I work with smart people. I work with humble people. I get paid well. Also, the product that we built, I work on a Windows team, and we work with enterprise customers. We help them we keep them protected and productive. So I work on a licensing area, and this is a multi-million-dollar project, and I'm very, very proud of, if I see my work being published in the news, and I'm very proud to be part of this. And it's all because I started working at as a software developer. And also, let me introduce Marat. He's a founder of the school. He started the school. Marat, are you able to? Can you hear us? Marat, can you? All right, let me see if he can. I mean, Marat can come back and then he will introduce himself. So let me introduce our team. So Aselia, so we have a team of 15 people, and some of our instructors have PhD. Some of our instructors are bootcamp graduates. So many of them are all of them actually working at like IT companies, big companies or startup companies. So they work with us part-time. They have their main job, and then they teach couple days in a week. So you can learn from every person from their experience separately. Okay. And then you will meet our instructors during our orientation day. And then Khushtar, he's our career advisor. So when you graduate, when we finish the 6 months, after that, Khushtar will be working with you in a weekly basis and helping you to, preparing for interviews and etc. Okay, why CTEC? Our mission is to find a job. I believe your success is our success and your failure is our failure. Even though the market is very tough, we all hear the news. I mean, market is tough for everyone, not only in tech. But I always tell, if you spend your time, if you share your time, if you're dedicated, if you concentrate in this, I don't want to say 6 months, because right now, given the market, it might take 1 year to get a job, and we need to be ready, like because the interview process takes time. Also. One second. Marat? Okay.
Yep, I'm here.
You're back? Okay. You can tell about yourself.
Cool. Hey guys, nice to meet you all. So my name is Murat Gaibov. I moved to the US, I would say 14 years ago. And since then, I was working as a software engineer, and I studied. So my bachelor's from Turkey, my MBA is from USA, and I started working. I worked in Turkey, in Kyrgyzstan, and then here. So last 15 years here, and I have almost around 20 years of experience in software engineering, especially focused on front end. And I started becoming a front end engineer uh, since I graduated from college. So the whole my life, I worked as a mainly focused on the front end. Of course, sometimes full stack, sometimes a little bit back end, but mainly focused on the front end. So I was working as a senior front-end engineer at Amazon like 8 years ago, and I founded this bootcamp. Then I also joined, and the main reason was to help people to change their lives. I see a lot of I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of people around me that we as a SafeTech team help them to change their life, to reach their American dream, or to live in a better life. And that's why we really care about every student or every team members that trust us. That's why I want to say thank you for all of you guys for coming. And after I worked as a senior software engineer at Amazon, I quit Amazon and then I did a startup. I focused on this. Then last 3 years, I was doing a startup. I was a CTO and then I was CPO there. And our startup was focused on AI. So like ChatGPT and Anthropic. So technically we were using artificial intelligence to automate tools, to automate customer support tickets or any kind of tickets. So with AI, especially with ChatGPT and then with all this AI, right now there are a lot of new opportunities for overall software engineers and especially for front end engineers because we will talk more in detail when that the slide comes up. But overall, with for before ChatGPT or before OpenAI APIs, we had to build, or we needed backend developers task. We needed their help to build the tools. But right now, a lot of this kind of OpenAI or ChatGPT style APIs, they're just providing all data. And as a front-end developer, you wouldn't need anybody's help. You can just build using your own front-end skills. You can build any kind of AI-related products. For example, you can build chatbot. You can build chatbot. After graduating this bootcamp, you will be able to build chatbots just using your front-end skills. And last 15 years, 20 years, front-end increased a lot, and it's demanded a lot by almost all of companies. So what is a front end development? So if you guys see, if you guys have application, right? Overall, like front end means whatever you see as a user or as a client, whatever you see on application, on websites, whatever you see there, those parts are developed and built by front end engineers. For example, you go to Facebook, right? Facebook has features like you have a timeline, you can post a new post, or you can search your friend. All these features that you are interacting with are developed, built by front-end engineers. And there are also like backend developers, like database, they provide data. We take that data and then we build the website or web application or even mobile application. So it's fun to build, it's fun to work, and overall it's demanded. And last 20 years, it will just keep growing and growing more and more.
Great, thank you. So the next slide is, can you tell us difference between front-end, DevOps, backend, and QA?
Yeah. So before, like in software engineering, before even front end, there was only like back end, right? Because there was no front. Because like 90s, before 2000, you would just like software engineer was more like building software tools. Like for example, if you go bank at that time, like banks or any kind of system, they would use like the UI is ugly. They would use that kind of tool, right? So for building those kind of things, you wouldn't need front end. You would just need software engineer because there was no front end and back end. But by time, especially with .com, like 2000s, and like websites started growing, internet started becoming more and more reachable, right? And companies started thinking that, okay, now end user, like user, you guys are more important, and they started building reusable, like a beautiful UIs. Or for example, we start having different kind of devices like iPhone, right? iPhone, a tablet, and screen readers, like a larger screen, like mobile or smaller screen. So a lot of like different screens. And so based on this, there is the market needed another like a better title or responsibility to handle all these things, because technology was growing really fast, and then we needed a new responsible team who would build all of these things. And that's why front-end engineering started becoming more popular and popular. So in the backend database, right, we store data, and backend developers, they they work overall like storing data, getting data, and then giving data back to front-end developers. And then front-end developers get that raw data and then build UI, right? When I say UI, that could be mobile, because front end you can also build mobile applications, right? And that could be any kind of application. So backend developers They prepare data, they build backend system, and then front-end developers, they build the actual website where you interact with. So these are the difference between front-end and then backend. Then with cloud, right, with Amazon cloud and then with like Google Cloud, technically, cloud started becoming more popular and popular. So DevOps started becoming a new thing. And DevOps, technically, backend developers and then front-end developers, they build application and application together. Okay. So these two teams, backend, frontend, they build an application, but to make sure that these applications are reachable from everywhere or without problem, they need to be in the cloud. So DevOps engineers, they make sure that these build applications are working properly on cloud. So they don't create the new things, but they just make sure that our front-end and back-end developers applications maintained properly. Okay, that is DevOps. And QA or tester, those that team specifically on focus after front-end developers build, after back-end developers build a tool, then QA or tester team would be testing those applications to make sure that they work properly. Why from QA team do this kind of things? Because usually front-end and then the back-end engineers, they are a little they are expensive than like QA engineers. So that's why this team focus on specific testing things. For example, Apple, before releasing a new product, right? Before releasing new product, they need to have like actual product. They have like actual a lot of like websites. They hire like short-term QA testers just to test their product after they pass, after they release, and they let these QA engineers go. Okay, so this are the QA. So overall, in the market right now, there is a front-end developer, DevOps, backend, and then QA. Why I chose front-end? Because I studied computer science, and usually people when they study computer science, they go backend, and just rare people like me who either they love this and choose to become a front-end developer, because when you're front-end, the barrier is lower than backend, like learning barrier. For example, you can learn HTML, CSS like in a couple of days on your own, okay? But at the same time, it's easier to learn relative to like backend or DevOps, maybe easier to learn. But at the same time, the potential is higher, like backend. Okay, because at then if you put pure money like a front end and then back end, they got the most money, then DevOps, then QA. For example, if you're a level front end or back end engineer at the top companies like senior, more than senior, then you can have like more than or around half million salary annually. That is totally possible. But for that, you need to be like really good engineer, and then you need to be like top A-level engineer, and you need to be experienced. But don't worry about that one right now, and just focus on whatever you want to learn, because in front end you guys can, when you do something, for example, in back end, when I started learning back end, it was kind of boring for me. You write a code, you write a lot of code, and then you didn't see your result. You see your result just like as I say, okay, it happened, right? In front end, you build something and then you see your result right away. So when I have this kind of small feedbacks, I was more motivated. I'm like, okay, I can see my result, and then it motivates me, and slowly I start building. So easy to learn relatively, and also high potential. And if you guys have questions later, we can talk more in detail.
Right, thank you. And can you tell us about more React and Redux?
Yes.
Mhm.
So guys, in backend, there are a lot of like languages, like programming language. Maybe you guys heard like before it was like C sharp, like C++, and then Java, right? So there are a lot of Python. There are a lot of backend languages, and each one is like good for something, good for not good for some other things, right? And so in backend, there are a lot of different kind of programming languages. But in front end, I mean, front end means it's a website, which means it's a browser, right? Like Chrome, Safari, and Internet Explorer. So it's a browser. So the language is supposed to be something that could work on these browsers. So around like, well, around like after 2000, JavaScript started becoming a web language, and it was like real like dumb language, like scripting small language JavaScript. And at that time, if you say I know JavaScript, people would laugh around 2000. But by time, like it started becoming more powerful and more powerful, and it grew. For example, JavaScript became like new frameworks like jQuery and Angular, and right now the most popular one, most used one is React, and React JS was built on top of JavaScript, and it was created by Facebook. So right now, a lot of like most companies, they use React JS to build front-end applications or to build mobile applications. And good thing is with React, you can build mobile application also. And you guys see here like top famous React websites like Airbnb, like Instagram, Netflix, right? All these like big applications that are built using React, because before they were like doing total different. So React is uh, top notch, and then still a feature of front-end development. And good thing is in front-end developer, you need to know only one language, JavaScript. React, Angular, any kind of like new frameworks could be, after 10 years, there could be new framework, but as long as you know JavaScript pretty strong, then you will have fundamentally strong background.
Yeah, thank you. So next is our curriculum, our schedule. So what we are planning to do within this 6 months. So first month is fully dedicated on HTML, CSS. You will study for 3 weeks, and then you will have 1 week of like exam or interview prep, interviews. The second month is about JavaScript, and then it slowly goes to JavaScript, and we will add data structure and algorithms. Probably you have heard like, oh, lead code questions. How many lead code questions you need to solve in order to become a good engineer. So all this will come during the third month. We will start adding it. Then the fourth month is dedicated to React. And then also we added Redux. Data structure and algorithms still will be there, it will be taught. Fifth month is going to be internship projects. You will start working on internship projects. Also, here we will be adding AI project. And the 6 months, as I said previously, it's all market prep, interview prep, internship, data structure, like practice, a lot of practice. Okay. And I would like to share with you the portal. Many of you have already seen it, and many of you have already started doing your homeworks. Thank you so much. So this platform is the learning tool that you will be using every single day. You can access this 24/7. You can find homework, slides, video, projects, exams. We have pre-recorded videos of interviews, market prep. So the platform has all the information you need to graduate, to start like a new journey as a software developer. Okay. Also, we will have a spreadsheet that we will share with you. We check the homeworks every day, and then you will be doing a lot of projects together. So when I talk to potential students or customers, I usually ask 5 hours per day. If you will dedicate 5 hours per day, I think you will you will graduate successfully. 3 hours per like Zoom online classes, live classes, and 2 hours you need to spend to practice. Because I was also in your shoes. I was also a student. More you practice, better you get. So it's like practicing English. More you practice speaking, better you get, more confident you get in your skills. Okay, do we have our alumni yet? Probably, okay, probably not yet. So we will be back with the alumni when they will um when they will join. All right. So Marat, while we are waiting, would you wanna step in and then tell about the program, about AI?
Yeah, yeah, good. So guys, we started having a lot of questions like AI is coming up. Like, is it disrupting like software engineers, or should we really should we really become a software engineer at this point, right? And to answer to the first question, like, will AI disrupt software engineers? I would say eventually AI will disrupt like any job, right? Any job, anything that you can do with AI eventually will do it. But like software engineer wouldn't be the first, right? Before software engineer, because right now even like doctors, AI is doing like more precise operations than doctors, right? And like doctors, like software engineers, eventually it will be harder. But let's say after 50 years, right? But before that, all like trucks, all cars, and everything like moving at any like phone, like customer support, and any other job will be replaced by AI eventually. And software engineers, like at the end, software engineers will be replaced, but we still have time, maybe like 50 years, maybe 70 years, but we still have time. But before that, most of other jobs will be replaced. Like mostly blue collar jobs will be replaced. Like for example, like any pizza deliveries or like cash workers, especially truck industry will be replaced earlier than software engineers. And software engineers right now, AI, especially this open AI like ChatGPT, and then there are a lot of new opportunities with AI. There are a lot of, especially, for example, last 3 years, I was also doing AI startup, like when we are using AI, we are trying to uh, replace human, for example, and most companies they already did. But for example, you send Amazon, hey Amazon, I ordered by mistake, please cancel my order, right? Then AI could just read it and then do everything without human interaction, and then send response back to you. And we could also do on our own, right, using Amazon. But not every company is doing that. So we were building that kind of application. So especially these companies like AI startup companies, open AI companies, they right now, next 5 years, next 10 years, they will be paying a lot of money for software engineers because they want to build fast. So right now, software engineers, we have a lot of opportunities to build new tools using AI because before uh, before AI, we were solving one problem, let's say in a week. With AI, we are solving that in a day or in 2 days. So AI is technically helping software engineers to fix their problem faster. And like unless some companies have their own AI, then they don't allow companies. But most companies, for example, in my startup, we allow, or I see a lot of companies, they allow software engineers to use AI tools so they could be more productive. So with AI, I would say nowadays software engineers are becoming more productive, especially with front-end engineers. For example, if I want to build a chatbot before, I needed the help from a backend because I had to build the whole backend system for it. But with AI APIs, they provide everything. And I just need to build an application, like front-end application on top of that AI. So it will be even easier for front-end engineers to build those kind of products. So we are definitely living in AI era, and it is interesting at the same time. Long term, if you see it, it might be kind of scary, but I think like it or not, afraid of it or not, but this is AI, so I would prefer part of AI rather than ignore it. So you all made the right decision to be part of AI era. So I see Aida Balazeva, welcome.
Exactly. For me, it's like AI, a boom is like it was before iPhone boom, right? New iPhone. And then a lot of people were scared, or internet boom. But there are many jobs that are being created. And like Marat said, if you will face it and then become friends, I think, yeah, we shouldn't worry that much as long as we always get new skills, study and learn. Okay, and speaking of iPhone and Apple, we have Aidai. She graduated our school, and now she's working as a software developer in Apple. Aidai, hello.
Hi, Aida. Hi, Mark. Thank you.
Let
Hello,
me.
everyone. Yeah, nice to meet you all. My name is Aidai. I work as a software engineer at Apple currently. It's been almost 3 years since I joined the company, but I started my career working in tech, like back in Chicago. I graduated, I went to the boot camp, and then I find my first job in Seattle. That's where I met Aida and Marat. So at that time, I was working as a system admin, and then at that time I was looking for a boot camp. I want to grow in my career. I want to learn coding, and then looking for like good boot camps. There were many boot camps, but luckily I found the good one. So yeah, and then I started. I came to the SATAC, and then this was like a really good experience, I think, for me. Like learning from the best, and then they taught me a lot during the boot camp. So what I learned is really helpful, like especially now working at like this big company is really helpful, like technical skills, developing technical and software skills. So this was really helpful. So during my school at SATAC, we learned um, like React, JavaScript, and we used to collaborate a lot with like peers and do one-on-one session and do like a lead code and work on small projects. And after graduating bootcamp, there was like a preparation time. So this preparation time was like, it took like, I think 3-4 months, I think, just, developing, because when you apply to jobs, the first 2 rounds is soft skills. So you have to definitely work on your soft skills, because you will be interviewing, and then you will be like presenting yourself. You will be discussing about your project and your experience, and this is really helpful. So for me, I was like focusing, like the first 2 months, I think I was focusing on my soft skills. I was like always telling about my projects that I worked, and then especially they ask about your, so at the time they were asking a lot about my strength and weakness, like what was the challenging part of this project, and how did you overcome like specific really difficult tasks. So yeah, that was really helpful also. And then next 2 rounds was technical skills. We did one-on-one session, and then they also gave me a homework. And there was like another 3 rounds with more, I think, high level, I think, people in Apple. So they kind of came to the conclusion, okay, I think you're a good fit to our team, and they offered me a job. So yeah, right now we work with React. Actually, we did like we had recently a really big project. We basically did refactor from Vue project to React. Now we are fully transformed to React and working only with React.js, and then there are also one more framework that we focus on. So yeah, what else?
Great.
I would recommend like to not lose hope, always motivate each other during, especially like during study. I think it is really helpful to communicate with each other, to help each other, like do lots of one-on-one sessions, and then collaborate, do like work on small tasks. This was really helpful for me at the time. Also, like it's most of the time, I think it's all about like networking. Also, you should focus on your LinkedIn profile. That was really helpful. Like useful resources for me was LinkedIn, Indeed.com, and Glassdoor. These 3 resources, like, when you apply, I applied, I think, more than 150 positions. And then, of course, you will get rejections, but that's totally fine. That is part of the process. That's how you overcome. That's how you we always learn from our mistakes. So yeah, I was constantly working and when you don't get responses from the person, from the recruiter, sometimes I used to sit and analyze what went wrong, where I should put more focus. So yeah, that was kind of lesson that I took back then. And then when I landed my first job at Apple, the first month is just like learning about the company, learning about the internal tools, reading documentation. And also you will have lots of meetings with your manager, with your tech lead, and you don't have to be scared. You always ask questions, tons of questions. That is totally fine. So they're not gonna they're not gonna give you big projects. They will start from small tasks. So for example, when I joined, I think the first 2 weeks was just learning about the environment. So after that, they started giving me small tasks, and my manager used to ask do you have any difficulties? Do you want to work on something else? They always ask, and you have to be always open-minded, and you have to if you are stuck on something, you always your tech lead, and you have your colleagues. And I think for me, my colleagues always helps me anytime. Whenever I have questions, I just Slack them, and we have one-on-one sessions, or we set up quick meetings, and then we discuss over. So it is really helpful to communicate with your colleagues, to build trust. This is very important, to be proactive. What else? Yeah, you just need to be proactive, be open-minded, and then I think that is the like process of working and being like a software engineer.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. All right, we have Farhat here. And then after Farhat and Eliza and Aiko will share their experiences, we can have Q&A. Please stay tuned. Okay, hi Farhat.
Hello, guys. Hello, Ida. Hello, Marat. Yeah, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too.
Yeah, I will start who I am. Yes, I'm a front-end developer at Protege. Yeah, it's a market research company. Yeah, I'm working there already for almost three. I mean, it's not 3 years, but almost 3 years. Yeah, and I finished say Tech Bootcamp in 2021. Yeah, and I will say that I wasn't the best in the class. Yeah, because I didn't have experience, and I joined the bootcamp like a couple weeks later than other guys, and they finished HTML and CSS at that point, I believe. I mean, they were starting as CSS, and it was hard for me to pick up, but dedication and hard work, you just focus what the mentors give you, and just everything. I mean, everything should be fine. And after the bootcamp, I found my job. Like I took 1 month additional to prepare myself, to prepare my portfolio, to prepare my resume, and I found job like in 2 weeks. Yeah, I know that market in that time was a bit different, but I think still, I mean, if you prepare good, you know how to solve the like the JavaScript questions. You'll be. You know how to answer and how to behave on interview. I think you will pass it, even in these market conditions. Yeah. And what advice can I give you to you guys? It's like just document everything what you learn. I mean, it will really help you in the interview process, because you'll have like that small notes, and you'll check these notes. And for example, when you type something on the URL bar and you click enter, what will happen? And when you make this kind of notes, it will really help you on interview. You just go over and you remember everything. Yeah, and I'm watching. I'm seeing you guys, and I'm just remembering I was like in your place, like how many, 4 years ago? Yeah, I mean 3.5 years ago. Yeah, and I was also like, I mean, because when I moved to United States, it was really hard for me to find a job. I was tax accountant back in Kazakhstan, and I applied to a lot of interviews. So, I mean, I applied to a lot of jobs, and I had like only couple interviews, and it was like for the bookkeeping like the job, and it was really, I mean, it wasn't what I wanted, and I worked as a mover. I worked as a Amazon delivery driver. Yeah, it was hard, and you know, I was lucky to find. I started to look what I can learn, what I can do, what I can find, and how I can change like my how I can go from the delivery driver in the US just to some like an office job. And I was lucky to find the say Tech Bootcamp, because I was thinking like about the QA, but I understood that QA, it's like it has the like a maximum top level, your automation QA, and that's it. But then you need to grow. In case of the software development, you can be front end, then you can go to full stack, and then you can just be the staff software engineer, and it's not limited. Yeah, guys, and here, yes, I posted some recommended YouTube channels. Yeah, I use them to prepare my portfolio. It's Papa React, Clever Programmer. Yeah, both of these channels, they do a really good clones of the websites, like the Uber, I mean Zoom. Yes, they use React, and also they use Node.js for the backend support. And IT Kama Sutra, the last channel, it's I mean for those who speak Russian, yes, probably it will benefit. Yeah, and that guy also helped me to learn the React. I mean, like to understand some questions and some issues I was having like during learning the React framework.
Great. Thank you so much. Farhat was a really good, he's a very good note taker. We use the notes and shared with students. I remember that for sure. Thank you so much, Farhat.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me here.
And now with Farhat, we are doing another program where we are preparing top companies, and then as I said to you guys before, to become like top level software engineer. So
Great. Thank you, Farhat. We have Elisa. Hi, Elisa. Yeah, if you need to drop, Farhat, please feel free. But if we have questions special for you, we will ask them later.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Elisa, hi.
Hi everyone. Hi Marat. Hi Aidai. So my name is Elisa. I am a software engineer at Microsoft. I started as a front-end engineer. Right now I am full stack software engineer. So I'm working at Microsoft 2 and more years. Right now I am located in Canada. So I am the one of alumnus of SATEC school. This is great community. So yeah, I have graduated in 2021. I was stay-at-home mom before. I didn't have any experience with zero background, joined to SATEC. I also had the similar, I understand your fears. I had a lot of thoughts that how I will handle everything, a lot of struggles to start, especially understanding the topics. I had really bad English as well. I remember how I was translated everything to understand, but CITEC actually have a really good study, so I'm pretty sure that everything what you will learn will be a really good start for you. Right now, I feel more confident myself. I feel that I'm a software engineer. So yeah, and what I can suggest to you, just listen all the instructors. They are really great. You can ask any questions, and they always open to help you. Even you can ask your group mates, other people from the CT community. They always helpful. I remember when I start my journey, I got a lot of help and support. I think that this is what I needed, and this is what helped me to be successful. Yeah, so so my journey is started with the program Microsoft Leap Apprenticeship. So you might not heard about this program. This is from Microsoft. I was suggested from SATEC to apply. I was lucky that in my location in Vancouver, Canada, they opened a spot and I was able to apply. And I got accepted to that program. I had really good apprenticeship. And then there was a final interview for to become the full-time employer. And with all my support, all my knowledge, what I had before, I was able to get an offer. And I joined it finally to the Microsoft. So what I can say for you guys, please don't afraid. Everyone is like starting in the same journey. Nobody knows everything, right? You can start from the small step and continue working on yourself, and hard work, dedication will help you achieve your goals. So I wish everyone good luck. So if you have any questions, feel free, ask me. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Eliza. Actually, yeah, from our program or from our school, there were 4 people who went to Microsoft Leap program. And we are so, yeah, it's a great program. I really hope that more people will join. Oscar, you have a question to Eliza, or you have a question overall too?
I have a question for Eliza.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Thank you for suggested advices. I have one question. Could you tell us about your first interview?
Yeah. So my first interview was to the apprenticeship. It was not like a regular recruitment process, but similar. So there was 2 steps. 2 hours interview with the same. The similar, starting with introducing myself, and then they have asked me behavioral questions. And then they gave me the coding question. So yeah, it depends. It might be from lead code, it might be data structures or any algorithm, or it might be even system design question.
Mm-hmm. All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. Thank you, Oscar. How about Tim? Tim, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, I also do have a question, Eliza, and thank you again for the advice and tips. So we are really, I'm really impressed with your background. So I also was wondering, are you gonna be a teacher who will be teach us on like solving questions like lead code and everything like that? Or
I'm actually not good teacher.
Your husband
Not,
actually does.
yeah, my
used to
husband
teach.
is really good teacher for everyone, not me.
Eliza definitely
Teacher.
will share her experience, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
We,
you can reach out to me if you like have any questions, and I will always will do my best to help you. So
yeah, Eliza, you should become a mentor. Yeah, see?
uh,
Great idea. Okay. Thank you very much. Do you have any?
So there's a question from Jipek. She asks how to understand if programming is your thing. And I think the best people who could answer this is
I
Elisa
doubt
and I think you guys both have like total different background, right? And then
yeah. So you never know what is yours before trying. So always you should try first, because everything, it doesn't matter what you will do in your life. Everything have the hard time, struggles, and like to be successful in every like, or the have the good job, interesting, and other like in the beginning it will be always hard. So it's just don't give up, like at least try. Not like 1 week or the 1 month, it's not enough, I think.
Exactly. Yeah. Ida, do you want to also answer this question?
Yeah. So I think it's all about discipline. It's like discipline helped me to overcome these challenges. And you always like you're not gonna take like big tasks, big projects. You will start like small, working on focusing on a small task, and that's how I think I overcome all these difficulties and challenges during my study.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, I also I understood that programming is for me when I build a game. When I was studying in college, I built a game, and then I fell in love that I'm like, wow, I can create something and then it can be used. And I was playing all night long, I remembered. And that feeling actually motivated me to change my career, that I can build something and that it can be used and it can be it can help, right? And it's always a challenge when you are a developer. Your life is always like challenge. You always learn new technologies. You debug new tools. So that is a motivation for me. That always learning. Okay, Nalia. Oh, I'm so sorry, Nailia.
Yeah, I just have overall question. So first, I just want to say like I'm really impressed by everyone's stories and like it really motivates me actually to learn more. But also, so as I said before, I'm a college student. So like, of course, I'm thinking about job already, but like, this program is more based on the job, finding a job. However, I wanted to ask if there's a way to be like for like college student like me, like about internships or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So Naila, let's talk after the info session. So could come up. I think have we talked before? I thought
No.
okay, I thought somebody who was a similar situation as so let's talk after the info session.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And let's we have Aykul. Aykul has a great story to share with you all. And let's invite Aykul. Aykul, can you hear us? I think we cannot hear you, but I see that you're trying to tell something.
Yeah. Is it better?
Yeah, we can hear you, senior software developer at Starbucks.
Yeah.
First,
Well, joining from my personal laptop, and it's been years since I haven't turned it on. Yeah. Just let me tell you about my story. I am currently work at Starbucks. It's been 3 years since I joined Starbucks. I am class of 2018 SATEC. I've got my first job in 2019 at Microsoft. And ever since I graduated SATEC, it's been 5 years. And I'm still here, going on my career path. Really grateful, happy that I chose this path. So if I tell you about my roots, my deep background, I am a musician. I applied for a music conservatory in Kyrgyzstan, but unfortunately did not graduate, dropped off on the second year, came to United States, worked in different fields, like, worked as a waiter, technician, in all different areas. And at that time, it was so ambiguous and then hard to know if you could really find a job in tech industry. Because at that time, internet was not developed as today. And I thought it's only possible for people who have computer science degree. And I did not have, so I searched through all coding boot camps. I used to live in California. In that time, it was 2016. So boot camps were so expensive, but they were promising mountains of success and all that great dream. And I came across SATEC. I did not have high expectation. I thought, I'm just gonna try and see what's gonna happen. So I set my expectation low, but SATEC proved me that it was really actually possible. So I got my first job at Microsoft. Amazing. And later on, I had also opportunity to try myself in other companies like T-Mobile and smaller companies like Committee for Children and some other. So here I am today to tell you that SATEC already proved that that is possible, and I am the live evidence of that. So yeah, super grateful. And currently, I am trying to become a team lead, or later progress into more responsible and more successful roles. Right now, I am doing all kinds of stuff. Like I do, front-end development, back-end development. I do DevOps. So I learned it all on the job, and I think SATEC helped me to find that foundation. So I started as a programmer. Later on, once you get a job, there is, I think, no limit to stay in one job, because once you get into this field, you can progress. So yeah, some people say, oh, front end, they don't do back end, or back ends, they don't do front end. They kind of put limitation. I'd say this is just a bizarre, because once you know the foundation, you can do whatever you put your interest in. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is me. Ask if you have any questions. Yeah.
Please feel free to ask questions to Aykul, Eliza, and Idai. Questions going once, going twice. No.
Or forever hold your peace.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Aykul, Idai, Farhat, Eliza, for joining, for sharing your stories. Yeah, it's all about community, helping each other, seeing your success. Great, thank you. Thank you for your time. All right. So before we move to another slide, maybe Marat, you can answer this question. What is the probability of getting a job these days, considering the fact that IT companies are laying off tons of people every day?
Yep. And there was a slide where it shows the job market. Is it possible to open
Job
that?
market, I hide it.
Okay.
Okay, one second.
So yeah, that's a really good question. Thank you, guys. And so during COVID, like interest rate was really low, right? Like 2%. And technically, like getting a loan, like the money was so cheap. Government was because economy was so down, so government was giving really cheap money, right, to all of those companies. So when money is really cheap, and some like blue collar job was start affecting really bad during COVID, right? But especially like engineering, they grow like insanely fast. And to compensate that, and especially when money is cheap, a lot of these companies, tech companies, they started having really they started having like money from government, and then they started doing a lot of like risky projects. Like even though like it's not a good business, they start having a lot of different kind of projects, because it was cheap to do it. And after COVID, the interest rate is high, and then getting money from government is not cheap as it used to be. It's expensive. And so naturally, most of those companies, they started shutting down their risky projects. Like they said, okay, I mean, it's too risky, or we're just doing it to see it. Now we can shut down and then focus on other things. So they right now, like layoffs, I would say it's more like there was another, maybe a second one, the next slide. Yeah. if you guys see like open tech jobs, like during COVID, because they will start having a lot, right? And then it kind of went down, and it is going continue right now, slowly growing, but steadily. It's more like a 10% low, but yes, but it is started growing. So after COVID, the cleaning phase was going on, more like companies all hired engineers and they just let some people go, and then they start hiring again nowadays. And it's more like a demand and supply is finding market. It's normalizing, because during COVID, like finding job was like pretty easy, and right now it is just back to original before COVID situation. So to find a job, it's not easy as during COVID, but it's same as before COVID, which means you'll get a job if you know that. Because during COVID, they needed to hire a lot of people, and then they were just saying, okay, you don't know, it's okay, just join us. Slowly you will learn with us. There are a lot of these kind of positions also, but now they will hire if you know that that thing. So, but it was just our life before COVID. So it's pretty good, same thing. And especially with AI, right now, a lot of new opportunities also. Okay, with AI, we could use AI, and a lot of AI startups popping up right now. So that's also a good thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. How about can you please share the salary range? So our students, when they graduate, it all depends where are you located. But we see that minimum is 100K, and we had some students who got 200K as a first salary. So it varies from 100 to 200K. Depends on the job, depends on the position, depends on where are you located. But you can aim like 120 in general. And like if you become senior developer, you can make $500,000. And then, you can get up to $1 million if you just, it's always there is endless growth, yeah, in tech. Okay, so regarding the Canada market, so Elisa is from Canada, and we have couple students from Canada also who got hired. The market in Canada is slightly, smaller, not slightly, it is smaller, but there are opportunities there also. Same as Europe, we have many people who got hired in Europe and in Canada. So as long as you wake up every single day after graduation and then you apply for as many jobs as you can, I think you will get that luck. Yeah. Also, you can work for US-based companies or Europe-based companies, or become a freelancer in the situation like this. So is it difficult to code, Marat? Can you answer this question?
I think we already you guys already answered this question, because it's difficult to code if you know nothing, right? Then everything is difficult. Right? And let me tell you guys one thing. I'm coding. I'm in this industry, I will say more than 20 years. But even right now, sometimes I still have feeling that, oh, I'm not good as a good software engineer. And that feeling I always had when I started, sometimes like when I couldn't solve one thing. But we should just do not focus on like, just keep doing it, because at the end, consistency is way more important than your background, than your knowledge, than your IQ. You will see that a lot of people becoming successful, not because they are smart, not because they are better than other people, but consistently. I mean, they're better at it, but consistently they are doing same thing. Like just like Bruce Lee said, I don't afraid who practice at 10,000 kicks, but I afraid who practices one kick 10,000 times, right? So at the end, it is about practicing. It is about consistently keep working. I've seen a lot of you guys see from here like a lot of like inspiring stories, inspiring cases. I've seen a lot of people where in the beginning I thought maybe coding is not for this person, but I didn't stop believing in it. And most of them right now they are working at the top companies, and some of them are even a senior level. So you never know. And I also had in the beginning we had a lot of like with great background, like studied at one of the top universities in Kyrgyzstan, and from like a technical, but they didn't graduate. They didn't. They're not working as a software engineer nowadays. Why? Because they focused that yeah, I'm smart. I can do things. So they just focused there based on their own knowledge and didn't really study. And then some of them couldn't make it. So it is about consistency. It's about just sitting and then practicing,
Yeah.
just like going gym, just like learning musical like instrument. It's all about practice. And as our team, we will be mentoring you guys. We'll be teaching, but at the same time, we'll be overall mentoring and trying to like help you direct you like where to go, right? And then how to go, we will do together. So it is definitely doable. And as some people said, when you start building small things, and you'll start getting more motivated. And I like the Eliza's word, like you will never say, yes, it seems like I want to be software engineer, unless, I mean, it's not like one day maybe, but for most people, it's more like a by time. By time you'll say, okay, I start doing it. I start having more confidence. And believe me, a lot of these people, they are saying right now that they gain a lot of confidence doing this. And I remember them when they started, and I see right now how they told their confidence. And then I'm really proud of all these people who are doing great jobs, and they're successful. So I am really happy, and I hope and I believe that you guys also will be part of these people. So yeah,
Definitely, you will. You will. Let's open the floor for Q&A. If you have any questions, if we couldn't answer your question, please raise your hand, speak up. So regarding the Canada market, we have around 7 people who found job. I mean, I can refer you to them. You can talk to them and ask when they found. The market, I think Canada and USA same as like you gotta work hard to get to get into the company.
yeah.
Like
And
in Canada, you can
Canada
apply a Microsoft Leap program, because I know that when Eliza was applying, the Microsoft Leap program was very starting in Canada. You can apply for this kind of programs, LinkedIn programs, like
yeah, and US have definitely more jobs, but the US is definitely a competitive market. And in Europe, it was easier than in USA. And especially when you are outside of US, right? Because when you work with us, it means you will have experience that you'll have experience in the US. So it will be easier for you to find a job if you are outside of US, because you have like a competitive advantage at that point. We could talk more in detail later. Yeah.
So Tim is asking, let's go, we can go over our instructors and who will be teaching. So like Kanebek, he's specializing in React, so he will be.
I think I can
Okay, go ahead.
since I know them more. So Anurag Dishev, so he's studied computer science as a bachelor in Kyrgyzstan, and he at Alato, he was when he applied Alato to computer science, he was the number one at number one who at Alato's university exam, right? So he had a full scholarship. So he graduated in computer science there, and then he started teaching at computers, like computer class. So he has a PhD and a background teaching at universities, and he was head of computer science department at the university. And Azamat Gaparov also, he was in Kyrgyzstan in high school, he was a #1 math Olympian. So he has really good, like a strong math background, and studied engineering in Turkey, moved in the US, and he's also working as a software engineer. Okay, so these people, guys, like especially like Azamat and then Henrik, they just came late to the US. Otherwise, they were like strong, and if they moved like 10 years ago, then they would we couldn't be they wouldn't be instructors here, because they would be like way in a different level. And Aselia is one of the, she studied with us, but she's the most loved instructor by all of our students. She is really good. She has real high soft skills, and then she teaches really good, and everybody loves her teaching.
Yeah. She works at Hard Rock as a software developer. And we have Mario also, who has more than 18 years of experience. He has his master's degree from El Salvador, and now he's working as a senior developer in Germany. So he and also Manier, she graduated and she went through Microsoft Leap program also. She was one of the best student. She has been working as a software developer for, I would say, 3 years already, based in Chicago. She will be also teaching. We have Saeed, who will be focusing on internship. He has a master's degree in computer science. He lives in Canada, Vancouver. He's senior developer in Malwarebytes. He will be focusing on internships. And Kushtar, he has QA background. He's software developer here in startup company. He will be focusing on market prep.
Yep. And when you guys graduate, I'll also focusing and then helping you guys during market. So I'll be with you till you find the job. Yeah.
All right. Let's go questions.
Hello, can I ask a question?
Yes,
Can you
please.
hear me? I came to US a couple months ago, and I'll be honest, I'm broke. I don't have that much money, and I was wondering if after the graduation, if one cannot find a job, do you guys have a refund or something?
We don't have that kind of program. We'll help you till you find a job. Okay, because there are some American bootcamps, they do that. We can suggest if you want to go there, but even to pass that exams, you need to have some background. But what was your name again? Here it says the bill.
Debalzak.
Like, okay, let me give my phone number right now, so you could give me a call, please, after the info session or tomorrow, so we could discuss more in detail your case. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
And one more question. Yeah, all these guys, they're telling us that they graduated 3-4 years ago and got their job right away when the market was at the peak. But like this year, the market is really down. And what do you think? How real is it to find a job these days?
Sure. It's a good question. We actually couldn't invite our alumni who graduated like in April. So it took them 6 to 8 months to find a job. One of them went to one of the big company, I would say fan company, and another, like we have couple students actually from, I think from last cohort, we have 50 people who got a job. It took them 6 6 months to 1 year.
Yeah, but like
As
some
of,
people
as of
found the job.
today.
Some people found the job like with 200K, right? Some people found the job like 150, but people still are finding jobs. So, but to answer to your question, why would you invite them? Usually, when they start as a becoming software engineer, they were like kind of busy and they don't want to come here right away. They want to focus to whatever they are doing. When they're comfortable, then like, okay, now I'm uncomfortable. Now I can come in and share my experience. So yeah,
But
but
definitely
we
from
also
them.
have also students. I mean, students are finding jobs nowadays also. Yeah.
But you
So-
really need to work hard for this. Yeah, I just don't want to say that, hey, I'm promising you a job if you join our bootcamp. We gotta work for this, giving the market, but you will find a job at the end if you spend 5 hours per day, 6 days in a week, study together, asking questions, doing projects, internship, going over like following our curriculum, following our schedule. We are the shortcuts. We are the helpers to help you to find a job.
Yeah.
So
I put my personal phone number. Please give me your call, like let's say tomorrow or next couple of days this week to discuss to discuss your specific case, right? Even let's say you decided not to join, I would say please again give me a call so we could discuss how at least I would provide my own feedback, like just share my own experience. Okay. So any questions or any feedback, anything, please give me a call. Yeah.
All right, Marat, спасибо. Well, the last question, the guys are saying, the alumni guys are saying that it takes from 2 up to 1 year of interview, like to find a job, right? And I was just wondering what it depends on, like why does it take specifically certain amount of time? Why don't you get into the job right away? Does it mean that you will pay like your first 10 or 20 interviews in a row, and then once you learn something, I don't know, why do you have to fail the interviews and you get a job like after 5 months or 6 months? Why can't you find a job? I get a job like right away after the graduation.
Yeah. So finding a job, it is also a skill that everybody has to learn, right? And then everybody has to be master on it. So for example, like here, learning React, let's say it takes 2 months. And to be master in React, it takes, let's say, 3 or 4 months or maybe 6 months, right? So just like that, when we first 6 months, we learn technology, right? And then some people, even after 6 months, they say that I'm not ready. I mean, I learn it, but I need to practice a little bit. So let me practice those things. I need a month or 2 months on my own to work to get these skills again. And after that, there are interviews, right? First interview is like, okay, how your resume should be good to pass. We'll help on that part. And then after then, when your resume passed from filters, then you will have HR interview, right? Even though we do mock interviews, we do theoretical part, passing HR interview is also a skill, like how you should discuss things, how you should talk things, how you should sell yourself, right? Your weakness, your strengths. And this is also a way to learn, and you have to gain that muscle, which that takes some time, right? And after that, your first technical interview, let's say HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, that it also takes for anybody to learn things and to get it's more like to getting a muscle and then passing these interviews. So there are phases of interviews, and every phase you need some time to pass. So just like that, it takes some time to do it. Okay. Because usually what we do is you do after our, like we'll keep like we meeting with you every week, but let's say after months we're saying, okay, this is not working, so let's change it, let's fix it for a specific one. That's why we want to make sure that we work individually with everybody because one system may not be working for, it may work for most people, but for specific people, maybe it doesn't work. So we're trying to make sure that to get feedback, like why are you failing? Why is not finding a job, or why something is not happening? There are 5 steps. We're trying to make sure that every 5 steps, how to pass it. So we'll be working with you together. That's why it takes some time.
Thank you. Thank you for the question.
All right. Thank you. One more question. Well, let's say I graduated and well, since I don't have any background in IT, after the graduation, the same thing gonna happen, right? I just graduated and I don't have any skills. I mean, on the CV, I don't have any experience anywhere. How do we work with that? Do you guys write down
So
or
we will have so we have a company, and then like starting from 3rd month, you will be doing internship at our company. So you'll have some like real life projects, and that you'll be using in your resume. But when market group starts, that we will talk more in detail about that. But our goal is to our goal is when you guys go to market, your level should be like mid-level front-end engineer. That is the goal. Okay, so you should be able to pass like from junior to mid-level front-end engineer positions, and that is our curriculum. That's how we prepare you guys. So some people, it takes some extra time, but that's okay.
Thank you for great questions. Davut, and I saw Tim was also having, Tim also wanted to ask question.
Yeah, I think I already asked this question. I was wondering about experiences only. And
Oh,
yeah, thank you so much.
okay. Yeah, regarding the experiences we will get when you when we reach the 6 months, we will talk in details because it's all case by case. I mean, I cannot tell right now, but I can tell you for sure that we will help you with your background check and then reference check. We'll just, when we will get there. All right, Davut?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question about should we have some skills, I mean, in JavaScript or other stuff before we start the bootcamp? Or is possible to learn everything in 6 months? I mean, you know.
Yeah, so I mean, if you have skills, or some people could learn things, especially when it's programming, right? Some people could learn things a little bit faster, right? So, and some people, they tend to learn a little bit slower, especially if they have. I'm not saying it, because most of you guys, like usually 90% of people, they don't have technical background, right? But depends on your commitment, depends on your current situation and your motivation. I also mean the commitment, right? And things would be a little bit slower or faster, depends on the situation, right? So that is okay. You don't need to know any of this. Our curriculum is built for people who don't have any background. But if you have some background, then it will be just easier. For example, if you have a background, you will say, okay, during class, continue with us, but practice more. We have a lot of like practice projects, and they will just practice more. And at the end, if you practice more, then you will be more ready to the market.
Oh, thank you.
And there is a question in the chat. Unfortunately, we don't have morning courses. So our classes are 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. PST, but every class is going to be recorded. So if you miss the class, or if you live in other states or countries, you can always rewatch the recordings.
Yeah, every class is recorded and everything will be there. Aida, are you able to share? Oh, maybe let me see.
Oh, do you have another question? Your hand is still up.
No, I'm still figuring out how the Zoom is working, so I don't have any questions. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
So
First
if you guys
one
have
is
question,
yes.
like ask. And while we're waiting a question, I think I could share our website quickly. Okay. So this is our portal. When you guys join, log in, you'll see this. So we have all like web fundamentals, and the class. So first class, second class, that's how we go. Okay. And so we'll be learning like HTML, CSS, web fundamentals, and then JavaScript, right? Like React, algorithm, and all extra tools, but we have also a lot of interview preparation tools. And for example, let me show you this. So in HTML, CSS, first month, this will be like first month. So you guys will have homework, right? You guys need to submit your homework, build this and the URL, and our mentors will check your homework and then rate your homework, right? First month, that's how we do it. So if you guys see here, we have like homework projects, like practice projects together, like graduation projects, and then on your own. So everybody has to finish this homework projects, quizzes for HTML, CSS, and same again for JavaScript, right? For React. So everybody has to finish it. So if you finish, like let's say you have more time, then you just need to keep practicing more, finishing all these things. And even though let's say you couldn't do on time, say after 6 months, some people say that I couldn't finish all homework or all practice. I am in number 10. So I need some time to finish this projects also. That's why some people because before we start market, we want to make sure that you guys are ready, like for fundamental things. For example, these are the projects, and we have practice. So here we have like easy questions, junior, medium, and then algorithm questions. Before you go to after 6 months, we require that everybody has to practice and then finish all of these things, right? At least like a easy, junior, and then medium. So we could add you to a market group. Otherwise, you wouldn't be solving. You're not ready to market group. So we have a lot of like self-practicing questions. So you could finish. Okay. And of course we have market, some other information, but I would say that is it. Yeah. And of course you could see your progress, everything, but yeah, I just wanted to show our portal overall. Any questions, guys?
Regarding these, regarding instructors. So most of them, like for example, Manier and others, they started as a front-end developers. Asiela work as a front-end developer. Others, they work as a full stack developer. And then Said is back-end developer. It's a mix of front-end, full stack, and back-end. But and also our students, when they graduate, they get they go to the market as a front-end developer or full stack developer, because it's not about it's all about logic, right? It's all about learning one language really well. So if you learn JavaScript really well, you can pick up any other languages.
Yeah.
So you will be applying as a full stack front-end developer.
Yeah, and then if you know JavaScript, you can use JavaScript in the backend also, like Node.js. Node.js is built on top of JavaScript. So JavaScript works on front end, JavaScript works on backend, and then JavaScript works on mobile development, and then JavaScript works on building desktop applications. So JavaScript right now is, I would say, pretty strong, and you could do like full stack using JavaScript and or front end. And so, yeah, and especially when because the front end and then back end, they're kind of like close to each other. If you know one of them, you can also like learn others, and then by time keep doing both. Okay, yep, but that's a good question. Thank you.
And also, Jibek is asking, do you have a trial period?
Guys, since you guys all are here, so let's do that. Everybody, I suggest everybody to join our class, right? Okay. If you guys don't like
1 week,
after a week, you guys can say, I don't think it's mine. I didn't like it. Then we'll just return like fully. So you wouldn't lose anything. So it is better for you guys to join and then decide on your own. Okay? So just join, as I said, and then after the first week, if you don't like it, no questions asked. You can just say, no problem. We will just return your money fully. Yep.
Any other questions?
I'm sorry. Is it possible to pay the tuition after getting the job, like from the first paycheck?
Unfortunately, not now. Yeah. Maybe we will consider that in the later, but yeah, now
We
we
used to
have
do
that.
we used to do like that, but Debalza, since let me tell you one thing, right? So let's say after 5 months of hard work of both of us, right? You said, yeah, I don't want to do it, and you quit. Then at that point, then so in the beginning, the bootcamp was free. In the beginning, bootcamp was free, but when it's free, then motivation is not there, and then everybody has to like sacrifice enough from their side. Not it's because when you quit, it should be also like it should be investment from both sides also. Okay. And we used to do that one, but we decided like long term wise it wasn't working for both sides. So we decided, okay, I mean, if you really need it, like if you really like different kind of situation, like let's talk, let's discuss. But overall, this is the case right now. And in fact, we ask everybody like, what is your financial plan next 8 months? Because some people they say great, they want to start, but after months, oh, I don't want to continue because I don't have money. Because that's when we ask, what is your 6 months, 8 months financial plan?
All right. Then if there are no more questions, we can end this info session. I have shared the form. If you have a chance, please fill out this form, and we will get back to you, and then we can discuss.
Yes. So guys, yeah, if you guys fill out the form, we will send the curriculum to everybody. Okay. So make sure that you fill out, so we will have your information, and we could discuss it again. Fill out the form. Okay, let's do that, guys. You fill out the form, and I will reach out next couple of days individually to everybody, just to discuss, to go over your case individually. So make sure you fill out the form.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's stop the recordings.